Finally, he's one of the world's best-known explorers who led 3 British expeditions to the Antarctic. But despite making a name for himself 10,000 miles away from London, Sir Ernest Shackleton was proud to call Sydenham his home. After moving there when he was just 10 years old in the 1880s, he went on to become one of South Croydon's best-known residents. And today, his legacy was honoured, as Antoine Allen reports.
Millions of tons of ice pressed upon the little ship that had dared the challenge of the Antarctic. Our home was being shattered under our feet.
The story of how Sir Ernest Shackleton saved his 28-man crew from an icy grave before reaching the Antarctic has been immortalised in film and books. Today, 150 years after Shackleton's birth, he's been memorialised with a ship-shaped stone at Westminster Abbey.
There are extraordinary tales of his bravery, his leadership.
The Dean of Westminster also heard stories of Shackleton's innovative photography and exceptional storytelling before approving his memorial stone inside the Abbey.
Here is a person who wanted to direct our attention away from him and all that bravery, and actually to get us thinking about Antarctica, about how interesting it is, about what we should think about it, as Antarctica is a place that kind of stimulates our sense of excitement about the world around us.
Shackleton was one of the key figures in the period known as the heroic age of Antarctic exploration. He was just 97 miles from reaching the South Pole before stopping due to fear of starvation. When he returned to Britain, he was knighted and hailed as a national hero. In order for Shackleton to master the ice, he had to hone another skill, becoming an exceptional storyteller. He painted a picture of a world that people only saw in books or heard through his descriptions. Shackleton was able to fund expeditions to the South Pole, which didn't come cheap, through his word of mouth. Shackleton's own story began in Ireland before moving to Sydenham at the age of 10. The curator of the Royal Museum's Greenwich says London played a pivotal role in Shackleton's adventures.
London becomes his place for when he's planning his expeditions to raise money, to meet famous people, wealthy people, in order to fund these projects. So London's quite an important place for him, and in fact he even meets some of his expedition members and grabs them off a bus because he happened to be looking out the window.
Shackleton's ship was called the Endurance. Archaeologists needed just that to recently find a submerged vessel. But for those who want a less chilly trip through maritime history, Shackleton's legacy can be found at the museum and now at Westminster Abbey. Antoine Allen, ITV News.